Oh, hi, I'm Frances Day and I'm founder of In the Company of Leaders. I know that some of you expressed an interest in coming along to the seminar that I gave about pricing. So I thought, well, why not share it online? At least then you've got the opportunity to do it in your own time in the comfort of your own home. So why pricing? Pricing is one of the subjects that comes up a lot. How much do I charge? Why do I charge what I charge? Will the market bear it? All that sort of stuff. So I thought what I'd do is I'd share the theory behind pricing, so at least then it gives you some sort of guidance as to how you charge and what you charge. So why do I have the authority to talk about pricing? Because I've run my own business for 10 years, because I used to have my own marketing company, and I've worked in marketing for over 20 years. So not only have I heard this as a challenge come up a lot in Bird Board with some of the Bird Board members, but also I see it and have seen it regularly when I've been working with clients when I was running my marketing company. I work with women who run their own business, women who want to find a smarter way of running their own company. You usually spot them because they're trying to spin 6 plates all at once. They're running around, they're really busy, they're trying to balance their company with their family life, no free time, and they never quite know when the next new client is coming through the door. I can help them find a smarter way of building their business. So let's move into pricing and the theory of pricing. There are 8 ways of pricing your product or service, and the first one is called price skimming. Price skimming is called that because it's right at the top of the market, and what they're doing is skimming. So it applies to companies like really high value, high worth companies like perfume. We see this a lot with Apple, you know, because they have absolutely got the market nailed. They can go in charging really premium prices. That's price skimming. Number 2 is penetration marketing. So penetration marketing is where there's few barriers to entry, and they've got a great big share of the market. So it applies to things like sugar, cinema tickets, that sort of thing. Number 3 is cost plus. So that's as it sounds really. So it's a certain level and you just add in a certain percentage markup onto the cost. Number 4 is target pricing. So that's usually based on a required level of profitability or return on investment. And the next one is marginal costing. So that's covering the cost of your purchases. And the next one is break-even pricing. So that's based on the equilibrium, that's easy for me to say, between fixed costs and the revenue. So the last 4 that I've just shared with you are all cost-based pricing, and they can be a bit inflexible and don't reflect the market demand. So there's just a bit of warning there around choosing any one of those. But there can be a way of testing the market if you're just starting out. I think the final 3 that I'm going to share with you are the most interesting. So they're based around the psychology of pricing. So the first one is market pricing. So that's what the market will bear. And I noticed this quite a bit in the supermarket. So a little while ago, you know, when you buy the cooked chickens from the rotisserie part of the supermarket, there seemed to be, one week you'd go in, they were $3.99, and then the following week they'd be $4.99, and they actually went up to over £6. And what they were doing were testing the market. They were testing to see what the market would bear to sell their product. And price number 7 is psychological pricing. I love this one. It's fascinating, isn't it? So of course, you know, your big brands, just to be really obvious, let's say you've got sweatshirt and it's unbranded and you've bought it from Tesco's and it costs you £15, and then you go and you buy a top high-end branded one and it can cost you £80-90. Now the fabric is nicer, it feels nicer on your body to wear, and it might be a slightly denser fabric, but actually the difference between that, the £40-50 difference, it doesn't cost that extra to make. So it's all about people emotionally connecting to a brand and wearing it, and you'll find this a lot in millennial teenage brands. It happens a lot with makeup too. You'll see it if you go into somewhere like Superdrug and you've got all the different brands all lined up, and so people have an emotional connection to a brand, don't they? So they'll only buy a particular mascara, lipstick, that sort of thing. Fascinating branding and pricing strategies around makeup and perfume and all that consumable stuff that us women purchase. And then the final one is competitive pricing. So that's where one company sets the price and then the rest of the competition follow. You'll see this a lot. A good example is petrol stations. So one of the brands, it might have been Esso, said that what they do is scour the local area and they will always beat the other petrol stations on price. So that's a good example of competitive pricing. So I just wanted to share with you that there is another way. We've all heard that phrase, haven't we? Time is money. Must go, time is money. Everybody's rushing around like headless chickens. And actually there is another way. When I used to run my marketing company, I'd go in to see a potential client and we'd talk about, asking lots of questions, really getting to know them, trying to find out what it was that they actually needed. And then it would come to the end of the conversation and they'd say, so what's your hourly rate? And inside you're just like, oh, because of what's coming next. So I used to charge £45 an hour and they would say something like, oh, well, so-and-so, your main competitor, charges £35 an hour. So can you beat that price? And you'd be like, yeah, but in your head you'd be thinking, yeah, but I would give so much more value than my competitor because I know your industry sector so much better. It was so frustrating. But what if you were the leader in your field? What if you got your clients results every time? You'd never ask a heart surgeon to give a discount, would you? Because you know that he's absolutely top drawer at what he does. So that's what I'm suggesting that you should do. I have a new online programme starting on Monday the 4th of March. It's 7 weeks in total and it will show you everything that you need to know to set up a smarter way of running your business. It will help you to become an expert in your field. It will help you to deliver fabulous results for clients that you truly want to work with. For a complimentary flavour of this, go to my website and download the Stronger, Smarter Leader document, and I'll see you on the other side. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye. What each client wants is return on investment. They know that if they pay you £100 and you give a return on investment of £500, how many hundreds of pounds do you think that they're going to give you? It's a no-brainer, isn't it, if they're investing 100 and getting 5 times value back every time?